Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Something very exciting just happened today and I want to tell you everything that you need to know about it. What I'm talking about is MapleStory Fest 2024 just finished today and there were some crazy big announcements and new stuff that everybody should be excited for the upcoming winter patch on November 20th of this year. So if you don't know what MapleStory Fest is, basically it's a real-life convention or festival for MapleStory that they host every single year. Usually they have announcements, fun games, and stuff like that. But this year was special because this year we had Inkwell, who's on board, and Dr. Lim, who is the head developer of MapleStory, and they both came out and had crazy big announcements about the future of the game. New announcements that are not in Korea or any other server at all. New stuff that's just for our server in GMS only. And it's actually crazy. But before we get into it, I want to tell you guys that you can get all of this stuff on the right side: damage skin, expansion coupons, 3x, and flames if you use the code that's on the screen right now. I'm going to have it be copy pastable in the description as well, so you don't have to type it out. If you want to use the code, you just enter the cash shop, press this coupon button on the top right, paste it in, and press OK. And then you'll get this MapleStory Fest 2024 package, which you can use to claim all of the stuff. So the first thing that I want to show you guys is this is the winter season schedule. These are all the events that are going to be happening from November 20th all the way until March 18th. So we know what's going to be going on for the next 4 months of MapleStory, and there is a lot of stuff to talk about. So the first thing is this brand new event called Ride or Die from November 20th to February 11th. It is completely new. We have never seen anything like this. It is brand new for our server. This is not a Korean thing. It's not from TMS. It's not from anything. It's brand new for our server only, and it is a massive event that is honestly so crazy. But let's quickly talk about everything else, and then we'll go over all the details as we get to them. So Aran and Shade Remaster, we know that's coming as well. It's going to come on the first patch. Quality of life and skill/class rebalances will happen on the first patch as well. The rebalance is the one that I talked about in a previous video. Talk about like Bishop nerfs and like Dark Knight buffs, Lara buffs, Kali buffs, all that stuff. Page of Memories. This is the event shop that I will show you over here. This is what the Page of Memories event is. Basically, it's like, in terms of lore, it's like old stuff that happened in the past with like the bosses and stuff, but it has the big, really useful event shop. What's cool about this event shop is it's not like something you have to do every single day. There's like makeup days and stuff like that, and it doesn't require you to log in daily and do a bunch of stuff, and you could still get a lot of really good rewards. Hyper Burn, Terror Burn, and Item Burning. Blossoming by Moonshade. This is the Aran and Shade revamp. This is the rewards that you get from them. And then the second patch will have Maple Christmas, new boss Limbo, Hexa Stat 2. Third patch of this whole thing will have the new name auction, which is honestly pretty exciting to talk about, Anglerfish Company, Extradimensional Visitors, and Champion Burning. So that's the gist of it. Now let's talk about the details about what every single thing is. So at MapleFest, Inkwell himself, that's him, he was there and he announced that our new update in the winter is going to be called MapleStory The Dark Ride. So it's not going to be called MapleStory Milestone, Chaser, or anything like that. It's called The Dark Ride. And the new event that's exclusive for our server is called Ride or Die. So they introduce Ride or Die and they play this super sick animation video. Like, talk about like old school Maple Combat type animation video. I'm gonna leave a link to where you could watch the video and have it like timestamped, but it is a super cool video. And the video is basically, there's this girl named Altia and she's in this like organization of, it's kind of like a time patrol where they kind of like help save the universe, but they're a secret group. Like, nobody can know they exist. They have to stay like hidden, and then anytime they save somebody, they wipe their memories of them even existing. So she's looking for her partner who got killed or kidnapped or whatever, and she finds a lot of the previous bosses like along the way. So she finds like Zack's arm, horntail marks, and a bunch of stuff. And then she enters this ruin and she feels like a crazy evil aura. And there's this new bad guy, new boss in the game called Kazax. And Kazax is like way stronger than she thought. They fight and stuff and it's crazy. But then eventually what Kazax does is he summons a bunch of different bosses. and they're all empowered. He summons a new Vellum, a new Horntail, a new Papulatus, bro, Darknell, Zac, and Chaos Guardian Slime. So he summons a new one and they're all empowered. And it's called MapleStory, The Dark Ride, Ride or Die. This is the brand new event. So how this event is going to work is that it is a boss rush event. So if you don't know what a boss rush is, it means you have to kill all of the bosses in a row, which is pretty sick, and it's really, really cool for MapleStory. So this is the only screenshot that we got so far. Keep in mind, they said they're going to reveal more details as we get closer to the event releasing, but this is basically how it works. So it's a once a week event that you could set the difficulty for. So there's code B, code A, code S, and you could think of that as like easy, normal, and hard mode. We don't know exactly how hard it is, but there's 3 difficulties, and you have 20 lives total to clear all 6 bosses and Kazakhs himself in the end. So Kazakhs, they said, has 20 different attack patterns, which is a lot. If you think about it, like 20 different attack patterns, that's a lot of different moves. Like not a lot of bosses have 20 different attack patterns. And then you could see the 6 bosses here: Zac, Horntail, Pap, Darknell, Slime, and Vellum. Each one of these bosses is an empowered version of the regular boss that has like alterations to its mechanics. So it's not the exact same boss. It's like a special version of that boss for this new like event game mode or whatever. And then the further that you get points, and then with those points you can get rewards, and the points are based off of the difficulty and how many lives you have left. So if you do it with 20 lives all, you're deathless, and you do it the hardest difficulty, you get the max points. You also get a special like ability or power called Mape, which is basically this girl Altia's power that you can use to help you clear these bosses. And that's basically how it works. We don't know all the details. They didn't show us of like any footage of how the bosses exactly work or the fighting or exactly what the rewards are, but they said there's going to be a lot of rewards. It's going to be good, and they'll give us more details as more of it comes about. The one thing is, we do know one of the rewards only. It's a brand new totem for their interactive world. So we're assuming that this is the new Frenzy totem replacement on interactive worlds, and you're going to be able to get it through this event. This is a wide variety of rewards for playing, so whatever that means. So they were saying that basically the whole point of this is they want it to be challenging but also fun, and it gives you rewards. So that's really good. Depending on what these rewards are, it could be really, really, really good for the game, help your progression out. They said it's level 200 and beyond, so I'm assuming that if you're low level, you could still do it like on easy mode. But I'm honestly hoping that the hard mode, the hard difficulty of this, is actually really hard so that endgamers have something to do. The next event is Dark Maple Mist, so this is like the Christmas event. They didn't tell us too much about it. They said that there's going to be like 4 different events total in Dark Maple Mist, and there's going to be 2 different mini games. So there's going to be like different quests that you have to do and mini games, and you get prizes for it. Usually MapleStory Christmas events are really good, so I'm expecting to get some good rewards from this. A lot of good NX, maybe some XP coupons, who knows. And then the last thing that they announced that's brand new for our server is Hotel Arcus will be getting familiars, which honestly I think is so huge. I saw a lot of people be angry that this was added. I don't really understand why people are angry that this was added. Maybe you can explain it to me in the comments on why people would be upset that Hotel Arcus is getting familiars added. Like, I genuinely don't understand. Maybe you could try to explain it to me, because to me, like, I always see it as like it's better that the game has this than doesn't have this. So I don't understand why people would be angry about this. I think it's huge. I think it means that you could stay farming fams till 275 to 280 if you want, and it's not trolling your progression. You don't get any meso reduction or anything like that. So I think it's huge and gives a lot of new players the opportunity to get fams. Somebody like me who's 286, I'm pushing 290. I'm still gonna push to 290 regardless and not really think about fams. And then in the future, I could farm fams on a secondary character and then do them on my main. That's my plan. But I think this is huge. Not only does it show that they're actually listening, like they literally added fams to a further region. I think they're gonna keep adding fams to more and more regions: Odium, Shang, Arteria, Carcine, and so on. Yes, it does take a while, but as somebody who's been playing for a very, very long time, I appreciate that they're actually changing now. And this guy Inkwell is literally doing work that's better for the game. Like, they've never really done this before. This guy literally showed his face in front of everybody saying that this is what he's doing. So that's all for the brand new exclusive GMS stuff. The rest of the stuff that they announced was stuff that we already know from the KMS milestone update, but I'm still going to go over it and tell you my thoughts on it and give you some advice. So new boss Limbo. Honestly, Limbo is a really, really sick boss. It's super cool. It's super scary, to be honest with you. 285 plus boss, so most people doesn't really affect them because they're not 285 plus. plus. Most people are not 285 plus. Hard Limbo, it's debatable whether or not it's going to be even clearable for heroic. Probably not for most people, but normal Limbo should definitely be clearable. So you're going to have a chance to get the new Eternal pieces, and then the brand new Super Pitch Boss set will be from Hard Limbo only, but I doubt many people would be able to get that early on until we get some sort of power creep. Now, they just rapid fired the rest of the events because they didn't have a lot of time to go over it. They will go over it more in the future as the events get closer, but just to talk about every single event. So the new name auction, how the name auction works: inactive character IGNs or character IGNs that you have, you can put them in an auction and people could literally pay Maple points within MapleStory to buy that IGN, which honestly I think is crazy because it saves you the trouble of, you know, let's say going to like third-party ways of buying IGNs, and it's all within MapleStory itself. It's official and everything. You don't risk anything like that. Can't get scammed. And honestly, you could get some really good names. I really want K-pop names. So in the future, if this gets released and you have a K-pop name, hit me up, bro. Next event is Aran and Shade Redux. So we already know that Aran and Shade are getting remastered. If you actually have no idea, basically Aran and Shade, they're changing the way the classes look visually and even play as well. Shade's damage is, I believe, staying relatively the same. Its damage distribution just got moved around a bit. And then I think Aran just straight up got weaker. But it's not like the end of the world. I think it's still more than playable, and if you like Aran, you should still play it, obviously. But I believe technically it still did get weaker. Its burst did get condensed, so in party bossing, its burst is like easier to line up, but I believe its overall damage got weaker, which is crazy to be honest with you. General skill rebalance. So general skill rebalance coming on the first patch on November 20th is crazy to be honest with you. The reason why it's crazy is this stuff just got announced in KMS like on September 5th, not even 2 months ago. This stuff just got announced and we're getting it like 2 months and a half later. Most of the time we get stuff like 6 months after they get announced in KMS, but this time we're getting it only like 2.5 months after. So they fast track the buffs and nerfs for all the classes. I'm gonna have this video linked below as well. It goes over every single buff and nerf, all the classes. Quality of life improvements. The quality of life improvements are gonna be so crazy to be honest with you. It's gonna make leveling from 0 to 100 insanely fast. Maple Planner and V Matrix improvements. So what this is they're making it so that 0 to 100 is literally just like a quest line, and you complete the quest line and you're 200. And then they're making it so that the buff bar is organized by different types of buffs, so it's a lot less confusing to know which ones are like external buffs, self buffs, and stuff like that. They're making it so that you can relog in the middle of the game, so you don't have to actually like log out, choose a character, and log back in. You could just switch characters and then be loaded into that character really quickly. They're making it so boss cutscenes, you can skip them. They're making it so that you have more node slots right away. They're making it so that you can choose your perfect trio. You don't have to try and find your perfect trio. You could literally just choose it yourself. And this is on the first patch on November 20 as well. They're making it that when you unlock your 6th job, it's 85% faster. You don't have to get as much XP anymore. Keep track of your liberation quest a lot easier. There's the Maple Planner as well, so it keeps track of all your dailies, what weekly bosses you haven't done, what daily bosses you haven't done. So you don't need any third-party tools. It's just built into the game itself, so you know exactly what you have to do. Hexa stat 2, so that's just going to make everybody stronger. Anglerfish Company Dungeon, so this is just another high mountain that I believe is level 270 plus. And I don't think it takes as long as high mountain either. Like, it's a lot easier and gives you more XP and rewards and stuff like that too. So that's really, really good. Page of Memories we talked about a little bit before, but it's the new event shop, event area that I'm talking about that you could get a lot of free rewards from, a lot of flames and nodes and all that stuff, coupons. There's actually a like super black flame that's part of this event, and I believe like 4x coupons that are in this event too. So Extradimensional Travelers is this like frog looking thing, and it takes you to this other event map that kind of looks like a frog leafry combined, and it has this check-in type system where you kill mobs and you could get a bunch of event stats, daily XP vouchers, a bunch of rewards, flames, nodes, you know, the usual symbols, all that stuff. So just a bunch of brand new rewards as well. That's really, really helpful for you. And now let's talk about the leveling up events. So there's hyper burning. As you already know, there's hyper burning that's going to last for about 3 months or so, where you choose a hyper burn character, and every time you level it up, you'll get 2 levels up to 260 and a bunch of rewards along the way. What's really cool about this year's hyper burning is it also comes with something called item burning. So this is what item burning is. Basically, as you're doing your hyper burning, you have these quests that you can complete as well, like Kill Zack, Vellum, Pap, Lotus, Slime, and Lucid. And you'll be rewarded a bunch of pretty good gear, to be honest with you, like better than you can probably just get early game along the way. So that way, once you're 260, you're not piss weak. You could actually have some good gear and continue to progress. But the gear is temporary. It's not forever. So it gives you enough time to actually get the gear by giving you good gear as well. So you can see here, like you'll get good flames, and then you'll get all 17-star gear, and then all your pots will go to unique, and then you'll get 18-star gear, and then you'll get 100 fragments, level 5 symbol as well, which is crazy. Now, I have heard some people in the community say that this is for Burning World only. I thought it wasn't for Burning World only, so maybe somebody in the comments could tell me. I could have sworn it's not, but I don't know why people tell me it is. Blossoming by Moonshade, so this is the event that goes along with the Shade and Aran rework, and basically it allows you to burn Shade or Aran as well, separate from your hyper burn, and they get their own rewards if you burn them. And then there's champion burning, which I'm personally very excited for. How champion burning works is you have like your main character, and then you have your little 2 champions, and the XP you get from your main character gets shared onto your 2 champion characters. But there's a limit. There's a limit to 100,000 mobs per week, and there's 9 weeks total that this event lasts. So that's 900,000 mobs, almost 1 million mobs that you kill on your main. The XP gets shared with your 2 champions, but it's not the same XP as your main. So for me, if I'm in Carcian killing level 286 mobs, for example, it's not like those level 286 mob XP is getting shared onto these characters. They're getting XP equivalent to killing mobs in their own level range. So let's say you have a character that's like level 240, and I kill 100,000 mobs on my main. It's as if that character at level 240 killed 100,000 mobs that are also level 240. So it might not seem like a lot, 100,000 mobs, but if you really think about it, 900,000 mobs for these 2 champions is actually a lot of monsters, especially at low level, because at low level you have really low kill rates, like 13, 14k kill rate per hour. It's not the same as like high level maps. So how I'm going to be using my champion burn is I'm going to put 2 of my boss mules, probably my Kali and my Shad, that are currently level 220, and I'm going to try and get them to 260 with the champion burning. That way I have basically like another 2 hyper burns on top of the other hyper burns, and I don't even have to train them. They're just like champion burn leached. The cool thing about champion burning is that there are missions that you can do on your champions, and they get bonus rewards for them as well. Like bonus rewards, there's a shop that has exclusive items for them so that they could get even stronger. And some of the rewards are like Kill Lotus, Slime, Lucid, Darknell, V-Hilla. Killing V-Hilla is the hardest one. And you could do these challenges in practice mode too, so you don't even have to like waste your clear to do this. You could do it in practice mode. So I think it's super good. We get the Shade Aran hyper burn, we get our own hyper burn, we get 2 champion burns as well. Like the winter patch has so many opportunities to have a very strong account. So let me know what you think of the stuff that got announced on MapleFest. I think it's super hype. I'm so excited for the winter patch on November 20. I'm going to be streaming the entire thing, so definitely pull up to my stream. If you have any questions, you could also pull up to the stream, leave a comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe if this video helped you out. It helps me out so much. And with that all being said, have a wonderful day. Shout out to my members: Blazefire, Shooms, Shagad, Ravi Espa, Koga, Piconir, Jesse B, Dante Victory, CK, Prelman, J, and Blunt Poppy Supreme Oil Backwards. I appreciate you guys so much, and have a great day.